Hi, how are you all? Welcome back to our AVFO Searching Knowledge. Today we are going to discuss the calculation of payback period method under capital budgeting. You know that as a business is concerned, they have two kinds of investment decision. They are short-term investment decision and long-term investment decision. Short-term investment decision, we can call it as working capital decision, and long-term investment decision, we can call it as capital budgeting. An important step in capital budgeting is to determine which investment opportunity is most profitable. So, the procedure adopted for this is known as project appraisal. They have mainly two kinds of project appraisal techniques. They are non-discounting technique and discounting technique. Payback period is one of the non-discounting technique. Payback period means the length of time required to recover the initial cost of the investment. So, we can go through the calculation. Before that, just we go to the meaning of payback period. It is the length of time or the period required to recover the initial cost of the project. Okay. It is the expected number of years during which the original investment is recovered. Just we can say that it's a BEP point, break-even point of where the cash inflows will be equal to cash outflows. This payback period method is also called payoff period, replacement period method, etc. Okay. Now we're going to the calculation of payback period method. We can calculate the payback period method in two ways. First one is when the annual cash inflows are equal. Here, the annual cash inflows are equal in every year, or we can every month we can call. Okay. Then the equation will be payback period is equal to original cost of the project divided by annual net cash inflow. Here there is a question for you. If a project investment is 5 lakh, the cash inflows are 1 lakh. Then we can use the equation, apply to the equation. I'm going to calculate it. Payback period is equal to original cost of the project is here 5 lakh, you can see here. So 5 lakh divided by the cash inflow 1 lakh. Okay. Then you will get 5 years. Okay. We can say that when we are investing in a project which investment outlay is 5 lakh and the cash inflows are 1 lakh, then it will take to recover the initial cost within 5 years. Okay. Simple calculation. So now we are moving toward the second method, when cash inflows are unequal. In the previous slide, we learned that the calculation of payback period when the cash inflows are equal, but here the cash inflows are unequal. Okay, then how we can calculate the payback period is discussed here. So listen here. They have an equation for you. Payback period is equal to E plus B by C. Okay, here E means number of years immediately preceding the year of final recovery. B means balance amount still to be recovered, and C means the cash inflows during the year of final recovery. Okay, so we can easily understand through this with a short question. Okay, here the original cost of the project is 1 lakh. You can see here. The original cost of the project is 1 lakh. Cash inflows are first year 10,000, second year 15,000, third year 25,000, fourth year 30,000, and also fifth year 30,000. Okay. When we are doing this kind of question, here the inflows are, you can see that the inflows are different in each year. So we want to create a table. Okay, so we are going to create a table. You can see here first column with years, second column inflows and cumulative inflows. Okay, firstly you want to rewrite what is in the question. So they have 5 years in this question. You can see here 5 years in this question. So we can rewrite within the table first to 5 years. And also the inflows also there. So rewrite the inflows. First year 10,000. First year 10,000. Second year 15,000. Third year 25,000. Fourth year 30,000. And fifth year also 30,000. Rewrite. Okay. Here I'm already rewrite all. So the next column is cumulative inflows. Cumulative inflows means each year inflow added with the previous year inflows. It's called cumulative inflows. Here you can see that in first year they have inflow of 10,000. There is no preceding inflows at the so here you can see that here first year 10,000 and also there is no preceding inflow, so we can rewrite it in the cumulative inflows row also. Then second year, when we are going to the second year, they have 15,000 inflows. We want to add this with previous year inflows. That means 15,000 plus 10,000, that is 25,000. Okay, like that we want to find out the cumulative inflows. Then in the next year, third year, they have 25,000 inflows. So we are adding the previous year's inflows with the current year for calculating cumulative inflows. So we want to add 25,000 with this all inflows. Okay, like that we are continuing. Then in the fourth year, 30,000 plus 25,000, 15,000, 10,000, like that. Okay. Then in the 15,000, 13,000. Okay. In the previous also they have 30,000. So add it 25,000, 15,000 and 10,000. Then you will get 1,10,000. Okay. Like that we are finding cumulative inflows. Once more, I would like to explain. Listen here. Here, first year, they have 10,000 inflows. So, they have no previous year inflows here. So, we are rewriting that inflows as cumulative inflows. Then, in the second year, we are adding the current year inflow with the previous year inflows. Then in the next year we are adding the have current year 25,000, we are adding the previous year's inflows. Like that here 30,000, you can see the previous year inflows are 15,000. Okay, we are adding the current year plus previous year's inflows. We can call it as cumulative inflows for finding the payback period under the cash inflows are unequal. We want to find out this, so we want to create a table like this when they have question related to this. Okay, so we're going to the calculation of payback period. Payback period is equal to E plus B by C. We already learned that. Okay, here you can see what is E. The number of years immediately preceding the year of final recovery. Here you can see, when I move on to the question, here you can see the total investment is 1 lakh. Okay, total investment is 1 lakh. That will recover in the 5th year. Okay, so we want to take the year before the final recovery. Okay, here it will be 4 years. So 4 year. We can take E as 4 year. Then B. Balance amount still to be recovered. Balance amount still to be recovered. You know that they have 1 lakh investment, but in the final recovery, we will get 13,000. Okay, then in the 4th year to the final year, they have balance amount that is 20,000. 20,000. How we will get it? 1 lakh. We will get the final 1 lakh minus 80,000. Balance amount still to be recovered in the 4th year. We already taken E. E means the year before the final recovery. That is E. E is 4th year. B is in this year. You can see 80,000 as cumulative inflows. So how much have balance to recover the full investment? Okay, here the total investment is 1 lakh. 1 lakh minus the amount recovered in this year we will take. Okay, so here you can see 20,000. We will get 20,000. Okay, then C. You can see here the cash inflows during the year of final recovery. During the year of final recovery. Here you can see the inflows of final recovery. That will be 30,000. So we can apply it into the equation. Then 4 plus B by C. 20,000. 20,000 divided by 30,000. So we will get 4.66 years. Okay, that will be the answer. So once more, I would like to see the calculation. Listen here. Payback period is equal to E plus B by C. E means the number of years immediately preceding the final recovery. Number of years immediately preceding the final recovery. You know that we are investing 1 lakh. 1 lakh will be recovered in the 5th year. So we want to take E as the previous year. Okay. Then we will take 4th year. Then the next one is B. Balance amount still to be recovered. Here you can see in the 4th year they have 80,000. For to return 1 lakh we need, the balance amount, 1 lakh minus 80,000, that will be 20,000. Okay, 20,000. So here the balance amount will be 20,000. Then C. C means cash inflows during the final recovery. Cash inflows during the final recovery. Here you can see here the final recovery. The amount is 30,000. So we can apply it into the equation. E is 4 year plus 20,000. 20,000 divided by 30,000. I think it is visible to you. Okay. 20,000 divided by 30,000. I think that's around 4. That will be around 4.66 will be the answer. Like that we can calculate when the cash inflows are equal and unequal. I think it's clear for you. If you have any doubts, ask in the comment box. Have a good day ahead. Thank you.